Hello there, YouTube. Welcome to a very, very, very wet. I think the high today made it to something like 54, somewhere around there. The low last night was 47, I think it was. Anyway, today's Sunday, the 6th of April. And this has been our day since sometime in the middle of the night. Just rain, 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 rain. I literally don't think it has stopped, not once. Not heavy rain, but just what you hear, that is that pounding rain. Look how I was showing you the beads on the plum tree there. The little flowery things are starting to pop out. But yeah, just been a wet, nasty day. So I go through once a year and check the batteries in the red dots on different firearms and stuff, and well, everything's good except for my Springfield Hellcat Pro, and that battery doesn't last much more than a year. I forget what it says. It's supposed to be like 7 years or something like that, but it's one of those ones that that doesn't have a physical shut off. It goes to sleep. Well, me banging around or whatever, it must not ever go to sleep. But battery's dead in it, and I can't find my Wheeler gunsmithing torque screwdriver. And for the life, I know where all my gun stuff is. Looked in my hobby toys, thinking, or toolbox, thinking, well, I'll probably use it on hobby stuff because those are small and take really light torques. In fact, I'm pretty sure I used it on hobby stuff, and it's in the shape of a screwdriver. I've shown it to you before, but I cannot find that. It's in a black Wheeler box. I think it might still be in the yellow cardboard thing that it comes in, and I can just absolutely see that in my RC car stuff. So I looked in all my gun stuff, all my tools there. It's not there. I thought I found it first. But it was one of those punch sets, for firearms. So driving myself crazy, trying to find something I can't find. I don't know how. Worse than anyone, I can hide stuff from myself like nobody you'll ever meet. Tools, all kinds of stuff. Some things I just literally never find. What's funny is I was goofing around doing something, and I came across that, and I go, oh, yeah, that's my, it's a gunsmithing torque wrench. It's Wheeler stuff. They make a bunch of gunsmithing tools. But yeah, can't find it. So I came out to the shop to look for it. It's like 20 minutes till 7. And I apologize for turning the video live at like 4:30 or whatever that was, because yeah, it's about 2 o'clock. We usually have lunch. Ate my lunch, sitting there at my desk. Woke up at about 4:30. Kelly goes, "Did you have a nice little nap?" I'm like, "Dadgummit, I done slept my whole day away." She goes, "Well, you were sound asleep. I figured you must have needed it." I had a good night's sleep last night as well. Jeez. Must be the sudden change in weather, the humidity kicks up. And hi, Danny boy. Must be something. It's probably Christy coming back with the kids. I won't film all them. Yeah, that's Christy coming back. I look forward to it. It's their dad's weekend, so haven't had my little Raylin all weekend. My Beady Bop, I call her. That kid just has more energy. Literally, everybody jokes, if you could bottle up that, you could sell it and become a millionaire. That's her. Holy moly. She's just the most adorable little thing. Boy, she is all girl, man. She's got the attitude, the facial looks. She's 5. I always say she's 5 going on 18. Probably more like about 20 something. She's smart beyond her age. She's adorable. She loves her granddad, and I love her back. But anyway, let me go dig around, see what I in the shop here, see if I tucked it somewhere. I just don't use it out in the shop. I don't need it in the shop, so. But maybe I used it for something. We'll see. So now it's 7:30. And it's still dumping out there. Christy her car, unfortunately, I think she's blown a head gasket in that thing. She does no maintenance to it. And then, you know, I mean, you got to take care of your own car. So I keep going out there. She goes, well, it's doing that weird thing again. Well, it's out of coolant or it's out of oil. I mean, jeez. We got her coolant, got her oil. Just, I don't know. Just my daughter thing or something. So anyway, I dug through here. I was checking her. Now her battery seems to be dead. So Kelly and I were running the extension cord out there. We got a charger on it. I was digging through stuff. Well, the one wheeler thing was the sight drift tool that I had out here. That's what I was thinking. But I think that little torque wrench is in a box that's not much bigger than that's that watch thing. I think I showed you guys that thing once before. It's in a box about that size, maybe a little bit longer. I don't see where I'd ever use it out here. It's not out here. So I'm gonna go back in and look at the in my RC toolbox. It's got to be in there somewhere. I've already looked through my gun tool stuff, but I think the last I used it was on the RC car stuff. Danny Magoo had to come in. My tape measure, we couldn't find our long extension cord. Of course, I find it right after we reeled. We have two of them. They're like I don't know, 30 or 40 feet long. We're just gonna see how long it was, and then I look against the wall, and there's one of the ones I was looking for. But anyway, that was an amazing. Oh, I still left left this thing all cockeyed in here. Had her all cockeyed so I can make sure I got the slim out without touching anything. Shouldn't get too. I don't know how many of them bugs are from last year or this year. I remember the last time I rode it, I had just gotten the tabs in because they renew in August, and it was August 10th. I think that's what I said yesterday. Was the last time I rode it, and I took it out of my backpack because I meant to come out here and put the tab on the plate, and a sign I keep. Well, I got a few of them that I keep in my wallet. The ones that are kind of very naked, you know, I've got the slim, the iron, the DR. I don't remember what else. But anyway, I have them in my wallet. I just cut them up in a way, which is fine. They say it's legal. But you got to have that thing signed. It wasn't even signed. Nor was Kelly's when I did that here a few weeks ago. The Himalayan has a place to put it. The Grom has a place to put it. The GT has a place to put it. The Classic 350 has a place to put it. So it may be just those three nowadays. Oh, I think I still have my Road King in there. I need to take that out. But I think I was carrying it in the bike because I found those little. Speaking of losing things, I got a stack of those little plastic cards that hold these things. It's fantastic. I'll turn this thing away so flashing info here. Yeah. Anyway, it's these hard kind of cards, and they're waterproof. I'm gonna stick those. I stick them in that, and they're nice and safe. But I can't find I had a stack of them. It was like 200 of them or something it came with. So it's a big thing, thick thing. I ordered some other ones too that I didn't like. Of course, I find them. How you use a bag full of these thick little plastic bags, I have no idea. But anyway, fantastic ride. That slim, the slim and the Classic 350 kind of have that same, massive difference in power. kind of have that same feel to them. You feel like you're riding something classic. They're smooth, they're comfortable, they handle unbelievably fantastic for being a cruiser. You can rail pretty good on this Slim, despite how low it is, and I mean, never touched a floorboard. It's not like the original Softail Slims, the old original Softail with the twin cam balance motor and all that stuff. But yeah, this one, you know, it's got, although it's twin balanced, it's actually a little rougher feeling than the touring bike with the single, you know, gear driven balancer. This one's got two, and especially down low, it has a little hump of bump to it. You know, I like it when you feel them alive underneath you. But I was going through every single day from Amazon Photos, Microsoft OneDrive, and occasionally, you know, Apple will come up. I think it does it every day. I just don't see it. The thing from Amazon and from Microsoft OneDrive, I get an email reminder, pictures of the day on this day. Well, I come across that thing. I thought it was interesting. The stuff of note that stuck out today. The first one, this is 2 years ago today. I bought the wheels for the blue Bronco, the Traxxas Ford Bronco. So here's that picture. That's when my little area was still usable. And then 4 years ago, I didn't think it's been that long since I even put those Mitas tires on there. I'm thinking that probably was the same year. Because I think I put them on in early spring, because I remember when I rode them the first time, you know, they warn you about, you know, letting those things burn in a little bit, or scuff, as they say, scuff in. And it rained the first time I rode it, and it didn't slip at all. It never has slipped. But here's the picture of that. That's out by the Toledo airport. Look how beautiful that is. And that was on this day in 2021. And then on the same day in 2020, so 5 years ago, there's the old DR when I took that road that goes out in the that pucker brush. It ends way out there. I think I even flew my drone. That might even been the day I brought the drone. No, because it was really dusty that day. Remember, I flew a drone around when I rode the DR out there. I think it was a DR. It might have been one of the BMWs. And then 6 years ago, this is that overlook when I do my little neighborhood loop. This is that little offshoot. There's a little dirt road. Sometimes I go down a little further, but it used to have a really good viewpoint. This is back before the trees and blackberries and everything grew up, and you could see over that. So that's the 2019 demo. Then this one, man, this goes back, what would that be? 8 years ago. Yeah, 8 years ago. This is in 2013. On this day, this was at the old Longview store off of Industrial Way, the Pro Caliber in Longview. And this is one of the Spyder meetups. And there's 3 or 4 people in there that I clearly remember. And I remember that they would meet up at our store, and we'd have kind of a little open house. They'd sit around, shoot the bull, have some coffee, and I'd probably end up tinkering around on one of their Spyders for something. And anyway, it's great. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 I absolutely remember, and I recognize some other people there. And yeah, very cool. They used to do that all the time. Man, it seemed like it was, man, in summertime it was almost like every weekend. And every time they come down, a lot of the people from the Vancouver, Portland area, and they'd be going, you know, when are you guys going to put the Spyders in the Vancouver store? And you go, oh, well, you know, it's a different franchise and all this other stuff. And lo and behold, in 2015, that's exactly what we did. We ended up just shutting that store down and moving everything to the Vancouver store. So the Vancouver store, they had BRP, but it was just I think at the time it was ATVs. They didn't have the side-by-sides either. No, they did. They did have BRP there. They just didn't have the Spyders. That's what it was. And so anyway, we took all that there, and they also gained Honda. But sadly, in a few years, I think it was just before that, we got rid of Suzuki, which was kind of sad. That was a bummer. That was in, I want to say 2017. We got rid of Suzuki. But anyway, those pictures of the day, that always just brings back fond memories. You know, some of those things go way back, but most of them get captured because it's about the same time that, you know, the iCloud with Apple made it easy to save those pictures. And, you know, just saved them to the iCloud. And when that, about the same time, well, what it did, it just took your photos out of your photo stream from your iPhone, and Amazon uses that, and so does Microsoft OneDrive. And yeah, love having those photos of the day. But there's a bunch of stuff missing in between there, because when I take photos with the with cameras and stuff, you know, my Fuji, Sony, and stuff like that, that I don't sync it with the iCloud thing, so those end up not showing up inside there. But since then, I've been because I use the MacBook. I've been using the MacBook Pro since 2019, 2020, somewhere around there. And I do all the photos. I got rid of my PC. Man, have I never missed that for a moment. Man, what a different world. What a pleasing, very different world. And they last forever. And, you know, I got to deal with PCs at work. You know, they're usable, but you don't have the cool. I'm constantly going, well, if I only had my MacBook here, you know. I think when if I upgrade to a newer MacBook, which I literally have no reason to, it hasn't slowed down a minute. Same with my iPad Pro. I mean, them things have the M2 chip in there now. I remember when the M1 chip came out. In fact, my MacBook Pro has the M1. That was the first year of the M1. So that was either, I think that was 2019. Could have been 2020. And yeah, the iPads are way different now. But I still edit all my stuff on an iPad Pro. The iPad Pro, the MacBook Pro, neither one of them have slow. They never do anything that I have to wait on them. It's just, everything's just instant, you know. And then rendering the videos, they're, you know, about 6 to 7 gigs per video, and it probably takes, I don't know, 15 minutes at the most, maybe not even that long, around 10 minutes. And that's a big crunch, because I ask a lot of the iPad when it's doing that. But then I do all the photos and everything else I do with the MacBook, because you get the desktop version of Adobe Lightroom and Adobe Photoshop. So, fun stuff. Christy's car, though, that thing's terminal. I think it's a blown head gasket, but she left her a door open last night, and got up. She had to use a jump box to get her car to start. And now although the voltage, it's weird, the static voltage seems to be okay, but I'm worried it's not something else, because you know, it'll click and not start. And I put my meter in a record mode to see what it drops to, and it's just not grabbing a big bite. So I'm praying it's not some kind of a starter or starter solenoid, which, yeah, car starters, that's all in one thing, isn't it? But hope it's not a starter problem. Lord knows where a starter is on a flat 6 Subaru. Although everything I've had to do with that is other than I don't know when you check valves or anything like that, but yeah, if you have to check valves, that doesn't look fun. But everything else is just like very accessible on it. And it has I don't know, probably 50 or 60,000 miles less than the old War Wagon. And I think hers is a 04, 03, 04. The War Wagon's is an 02. Actually, it was advertised as an 03. But when we got there, I got the VIN, run a VIN code. That's an 03. And he digs in his paperwork. You remember it took months to get the title because the Buick store in, I think, Tigard, Oregon, bought it from an auction because they had traded it in. They had all the services and stuff done to it, and they traded it in. I forget what year, and then someone else got it. And oddly enough, they kept doing the services because I have the Carfax thing on it. So it was maintained. A lot of stuff was done to it. And although I found things that didn't show up because, someone broke into the back door, but they chose not to even repair it. I mean, it's just, I can see where somebody broke into it, and little things are janky here and there, but probably it was old enough when that happened. It wasn't worth messing with. Don't leave stuff in your car because they will knock your windows out, do whatever to get in there. Something got left in that driver's side back seat, and somebody ripped the door open to get in there. Goofballs. Or maybe that's the easiest way to get in. I have no idea. I'm not a car thief. Just don't know. But anyway, one of these days it'll be nice again. I'll take the old classic. Every time I ride that thing, it just puts the craziest smile on my face. The old GT, it's always fun. But I don't know. That thing's kind of like the DR. I tend to drive that thing too fast. It's just too fun. Just feels like a sport bike. I know it's only got 47 horsepower or whatever, but I can make that go real fast, crazy fast, way more than it needs to. The old Grammy, the Iron, she's always fun. But that was great. I hope you guys enjoyed that slim and flirty ride yesterday, because we sure did. But anyway, I think I'm gonna grab old Danny here and lock this thing up. I think my meter's dried out. I wiped everything off. Don't want to put anything away wet. Put my tools away and grab the dog. Go in the house and try to figure out where my dadgum wrench is, because I've got the it's a T10, because the battery's underneath this is the Springfield, the Hex Wasp, I think it's called. Yeah, the Hex Wasp. It's their brand, but there's no on-off switch for it. It just times out when there's no motion. That Streamlight, that thing still works like a champ. That's the original battery in it. It's crazy. And I got like all kinds of spare batteries for it. The spares are probably going to go bad before the one that's in the gun goes out. Boy, I'm telling you, that thing flat casts some light at night. Anyway, I'm gonna see if I can find my torque wrench, do that, grab a little woman, and do ourselves a goodbye. Thanks for listening to my rattling on a rainy day. Well, hello there, YouTube. It's hard to believe that we can have an amazing day like yesterday. Go on that wonderful ride, nice and warm. Mm-hmm. Got half the lawn mowed. Get the back ever done. Got the front. I'm trying to bag it the first shot, because I usually, let it fly, and then it takes like several weeks to recover from just not bagging at all. But it takes a lot of trips. You got to go slow and a lot of trips to dump it. But anyway, got the front, which was a jungle. The driveway that's supposed to be all gravel. Yeah. That took a bit on Friday night or whatever. But
sorry,
what are you doing there?
It was that.
Oh,
it was flying
something
around.
with whizzing by.
Well, when it lands on your neck.
Oh, crazy woman.
Sorry.
Never did find that little torque screwdriver. No idea what I done with it. I got the battery changed anyway, and I got a feel for what it's supposed to be. When I find the torque wrench, I'll verify. I didn't use Loctite on it again, so I just back them off, Loctite it, and do it again. But got a battery in it. it's those 2032s, which it doesn't seem like there's any way that a battery that big will fit in that thing. It's so small, but it just it's like right to the edge. But anyway, on a wet Sunday, very chilled, relaxed, like total bums day. Took a long nap and all kinds of stuff.
Yes.
Crazy.
It was a nice day.
Yeah. Kids come back from their dad and they've been running around investigating Christy's car. Hope it's not terminal.
Oh man, I hope not.
I have some doubts though. It's doing some things that's telling me that it's not a good situation.
Yeah.
But anyway, on that, we're gonna call it a weekend.
Alrighty, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You guys have a wonderful Monday or Tuesday.
Heck yeah. All right.
And we will see you in the
We
morning.
will see you bright and early and in the rain again.
Yep.
All right. Thanks for watching now. Bye-bye.